Hello everyone, my name is Bushra Karamat and you're watching BKGFSI Services. Today I came up with HACCP Part 2 and in this video I will describe how to make a complete risk assessment of any product. You can use the template I have shared in this video and you can also share with your fellows. So if you want to see my HACCP Part 1 video in which I have described 5 preliminary steps of HACCP study, I have shared the link in the description. You can use it and see my HACCP Part 1 video. So let's start our today's topic. Today our main point of discussion will be how to analyze hazards, how to scoring risk, and how to make a risk matrix. So let's start. So what is HACCP? HACCP means hazard analysis and critical control points, and why we implement to ensure safety of food. There are total 7 principles of HACCP. First one is conduct a hazard analysis. Second point is determine the critical control point. Third one is establish critical limit for defined critical control points, and then establish monitoring procedure, that how you will monitor the CCPs. Next step is corrective actions. Then you need to verify your procedures and ending with keeping documentation and records. So the question is how to make a risk assessment by following these points. So let's discuss them one by one. So the first point is conduct a hazard analysis. So in this video, this point will be the main point of discussion. What you need to do it's very simple. You just need to open an Excel sheet and mention serial number in the first column, and then in the next column process or step. In this column you will describe the process like receiving, then processing or storage or whatever processes in your system. I'm describing each and every point just to make everything clear, so you ready to make a risk assessment in on your facility against any kind of product. So I'm just that's why I'm explaining even a nitty-gritty of the risk assessment. In the third column you will you will mention type of hazard, then hazard details. I will describe you what does mean by this, then occurrence and severity, and you will calculate risk, total risk. I have labeled it as risk scoring. You can also mention it as this total risk. Then in next column type risk level, and in the final control measures. So our final format will be look like this. You might be worried that how to fill it, so don't worry, I will also share with you how to fill it. In the first part I will discuss this highlighted area till hazard analysis, hazard details. So to fill out this area you first need to mention step serial number 1 or step 1, then name the step. Every kind of products, the first step is receiving, so I have mentioned the step receiving, and then I have mentioned type of hazard in front of that. In next step you need to mention type of hazard. As I discussed that I will share with you what does mean by type of hazard. So the first is physical hazard, chemical hazard, biological hazard, and allergen. Sometimes cross contamination also include in hazards. So in front of physical hazard, you need to mention what are the physical hazards that can be incorporated in your product at the time of receiving. I have just mentioned some generic physical hazard which may be entered into your product at the time of receiving. So here stones, nails, buttons, dust, glass, and insect or pest means any dead insect or pest. So in against chemical hazard, you need to mention what are the chemical hazard that can be enter into your product at the time of receiving. So I have mentioned cleaning chemicals and pesticides. In front of biological hazard, you need to mention biological hazard that can be enter into your product. So I have mentioned generic, which is TPC, and specific to your product. In case of bread like yeast and mold, I have mentioned specific biological hazard according to your product and pathogenic. The final one is allergen. For example, in your ingredients, egg, soya, walnut, or other allergens are you are adding or using in your product, then these will be mentioned there. So we have filled out the first part of the portion of the risk assessment. So in the second phase, we need to we need to fill up this second portion which I have highlighted there. So for this, so for this we need a risk assessment criteria or matrix. Without this, we cannot fill this that area. Risk assessment matrix or table will be look like this. You need to make a risk assessment matrix, and you can also use it as it is, or you can make your own. But I would suggest to use same to avoid any confusion. Or you can also ask me in the comments if you need any support from me. So how to make a risk assessment matrix? You just need to just take a scale from 1 to 5 on both sides and mention them as I mentioned here. So what does you need to define what is meant by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and what is meant by occurrence if 1, 2, and so on. So here I mentioned 1 means almost no significance, and the 2 means can cause inconvenience, number 3 means can cause illness, and 4 means can lead to serious illness. On the x-axis, 1 means once a year, 2 means once in a 6 months, and likely I have mentioned once in a month. You can also mention as once in a quarter, and then frequent mean once in a week, and very frequent mean once a day. So that's our risk assessment matrix. So by using this, we will fill that area. So now how to fill it? First, you need to mention occurrence. So, at the time of receiving physical hazard, how what is the occurrence of physical hazard at the time of receiving? So, you can for the occurrence you need to check your historical data or complaints, that how many times you face that issue at the time of receiving in your product. For example, you see that at the time of receiving physical hazard only occurs once a year. So mention one, and what is the severity? Severity will be remain same. So I have mentioned can cause inconvenience. To calculate the total score, you need to multiply occurrence to severity, and it will and you will find total risk. So 2 multiplied by 1 is 2. Total risk is 2. So what does meant by risks 2? We will for this we will also need to go to the risk matrix. So we have select 1 for the occurrence and 2 for the severity will fall there. So this risk level fall there, which is green, insignificant, and we can control it by PRPs. So I have mentioned there insignificant. In the same way, you need to mention chemical, biological, and allergen, and you will find out the complete risk assessment. So we have completed our risk assessment. Next video, HACCP part 3, I will discuss rest of the HACCP study.